So here we are in the Page Brothers and Nelson residence here in the College Park of Maryland, where many ACC championships have been competed for by the Terrapins. Not so much recently, but they used to be good. We're catching up on my basketball endeavors, and more recently I've been playing with a team in New York. Last we left you, we talked about the game we played, an impromptu game that I was plugged into, and now I've continued to play games with this team. Now, it would be tremendous if we had footage of this, but my roommate, not that much of a filmmaker, he has issues of his own, so he cannot come out and tape the games, but we've played about 4 or 5 games since. Now, ever since we had the tooth-shortened game, I would call it, because somebody got hit in the back of the head with a tooth and needed some stitches, and the game was only about 20 minutes. There's been 4 games, or maybe 5, and we've lost 3 and won 2. But it's not all about wins and losses. I would just say that the games have been competitive. Me and my roommate, DONNY A Aronovich, went down there and we threw down. Guys could tell that we were serious out there. So.
Okay, man, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Now, come on, now crank this motherfucker up.
What I'm honing in on here is the difference I make as a basketball player on the court, and that has been good. I've been able to work on my skills, to be able to get my gameplay down. I've been able to work on some of the things I need to work on. And we'll go back to West 4th, the site of the behind the back pass that got the fence all riled up at the famous West 4th, known for its crap talk. A lot of jive gets talked out over there, right? A lot of people, a lot of deals go down out there. To no benefit of my own, since I had my identification stolen from me there last week. I was out there balling, doing my thing, but at this point it's an occupational hazard because they don't have lockers. It's just a blacktop there on West 4th Street. Here in the Maryland area, we're gonna play some basketball, West Baltimore, and this guy's gonna be playing out there. As long as it's nice and sunny out, they'll be out playing ball. We're not gonna risk our lives out there, are we?
Hey, you gotta earn your respect, man.
Oh God.
You know, I mean, if you can bring it.
Jersey doesn't have to offer a professional sports basketball team anymore because they have since moved to Brooklyn, which my friend actually lives on the block where this arena is being built. Did we actually get there last time? We didn't get over there, did we? Because it was absolutely pouring rain the day we were gonna go. Yeah, and then that was the day we went to Chelsea Piers instead. But at Pier 36 on June the 16th of this year, which is in about 25 days, there's a tryout for the NBA's Developmental League, which I will be attending, and trying to accomplish the mission impossible, which is to reach at least the NBA's developmental leagues. I know that I can play at that level. It's just whether I can convince somebody else I can play at that level, and I guess I'm gonna have to go out there and train and turn those no's into yeses. I'm getting in there. I'm making my shots. I'm working on my legs right now, building up my leg muscles. The foundation for like defense is legs. Your shot is your legs. So the more obvious is like your finish and your release and stuff like that. But when I work on my legs, which I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the stairs in this building tomorrow morning. Stairs is great for your legs. This portion of your legs, which is like your quads and I forget what this part of your leg is called. Well, that's your high thigh. This is your thigh. Oh, this is your calf. You're right. This is your thigh. You're right. So you build up the thighs. You're right. They build up the thighs, and so this is the foundation for that. That moment where you might otherwise get tired, or you might not have enough, to finish the play. Your legs are crucial. So now that I've realized that and I've worked on my legs, my shot is really coming around. The shots coming around. My desire, what I love to do is try to play with guys that understand how to play with me, because what I want to represent to a professional basketball team is a level of offensive intelligence, a level of instinctive offensive intelligence where you create spacing, and the game is made easier by way of just passing the ball in at certain times. And so I'm honing my craft. Obviously you need teammates to do that with. If I was to have a full season with the team that I'm playing with in New York right now, I think we would run the title. I think we would win the whole thing, because I think we've only had a few games to develop chemistry, but if we did, we would be right there. This is very much in part of what needs to be done. NBA playoffs are on right now, and they're in their the semifinal round. They'll be playing the conference finals by next week, so the idea is to send this out to general managers, and the player that I most resemble at this point is a player by the name of J.J. Barea, who last year was part of a championship with the Dallas Mavericks. This year, the Dallas Mavericks did not have him, and they did not have one of their bigger players, Tyson Chandler, as well, who plays defense. And they, instead of winning a championship, lost 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs. So last year, 16 playoff wins in the championship with J.J. Barea. This year, 0 wins in the playoffs. So, obviously the guy's a difference maker, and I feel like I'm that kind of player as well. So, I'm going to try to, get that across the GMs throughout the league. You got 32 teams out there. My bank is that, somebody out there is going to want this. Another aspect I want to add to a team is I want to add some heart. I saw the Brooklyn Nets owner on a feature just yesterday. Mikhail Prokhorov is his name, and he was asked the question, what are a couple things that are essential to winning in the NBA? What are a couple things that have to happen if you're going to be a winning franchise, His answer was, you got to have 2 or 3 guys that are like completely devoted to winning, completely devoted to being professional, and completely devoted to, adding to a team's, collective heart. I know full well that, with the enthusiasm I have for basketball, with the knowledge I have for the game, and the way I go about playing it and whatnot, that I could be like the heart and soul of that sort of push, heart and soul of that team. Trying to get a contract, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get paid in the situation. Like, we all want to get paid. We're all in this thing together. We're making a movie, but it's like, if I get to the NBA, it's like, do I get paid or do I have to play for free? Because nobody else gets paid for free. But the minimum in the league is like $300,000 for 1 year. So that's going to set us off. Because again, I'm going to break off Gene Nilly here. I'm going to break off Steve Page for his efforts. And we're going to continue to make this story. We're going to continue to tell this story, because life's not over because we're successful. That's when life, continues and begins in another sense. So we're gonna be successful in this life one way or another. So it's just the road. This is just the road we're traveling along the way to success. We're making a movie about the thing. I continue to reach out to the general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, and ask him if he'll consider me for another position with the organization, because he actually moved up in the organization year after year. As he's got about a 15-year tenure with the Nets, and so he's now up to their assistant general management. So, you know, maybe if they were to bring me in and get a taste of, you know, who it is that I really am, and you know, what I'm suggesting here is, yes, looking outside the box, just maybe we can open up some eyes and some ears and some opinions, and they'll understand what it is I'm saying, because guys sit on the bench anyway and don't play. Plenty of guys that are on an NBA team that don't necessarily see the court, but they're there for some reason, just in case, I guess, there's injuries. What I you know that I would, you know, add to an organization, even if I wasn't even a player, you know, would be adding my basketball knowledge, my IQ, you know, which I know is a high IQ because it's what I concentrate on, it's what I make myself an expert about in that sense, you know. We shall see. I was laying down the other night listening to Mission Impossible music, not on purpose. You know, Don was watching Mission Impossible, and I was thinking to myself, a friend of mine used to call me Tom Juice, not Tom Cruise, but Tom Juice, because I had these aviator glasses that made me look like Maverick a little bit. But so that if Tom Cruise in a movie can be Mr. Mission Impossible, then maybe in real life, Tom Juice could be the real Mission Impossible, which is a 5'8" Jew making it into the NBA. I mean, let's be honest here. It's highly unlikely that this is actually going to happen. But we're making a movie about the shit. I mean, really. Doesn't that make sense? Because we're not successful on one level. Here we are, successful on just a little bit lower level. It's got the potential. It could be more. We can make more than 300 grand on the movie. We got other stories like this. Like, we got Rocky, Rudy, I mean, all kinds of underdog stories going on around here. Jackie Moon in Semi-Pro. The Fighter, Mark Wahlberg as Vince Papale in Invincible. You know, but this is the true story. Rambo. How's Rambo an underdog?
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd is an underdog now? With that suit? I'd say he's the favorite. I don't know about an underdog.
Captain America.
Captain America, no.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, I don't know about Spider-Man. Spider-Man's...
Die Hard. John McClane.
John McClane, the best cop character of all time in movie history. What about you though, Chris? Who's your all-time best cop in a movie?
Sean Penn in Colors and Robert Duvall. Classic cop movie.
Colors? For me, Dick Tracy, Warren Beatty's character was just below, because that was an awesome cop. He was a badass. If I could be anybody in a movie other than John McClane, I would be Warren Beatty. He's such a good cop.
All right, you're good.
All right. I'm not saying I'm some sort of, Bobby Boucher, like I want to be better than Bobby Boucher. It's only college. I'm talking professionals here. And then there's Major League, we're talking about the Wild Thing. We're talking about, Jake the catcher. We're talking about Willie Mays Hayes here. I'm talking about the real thing here. This is not fake. I'm talking about the real thing. NBA, the real league. Not like the ABA, like Jackie Moon was trying to making, semi-pro. Like, some people are gonna say, why are you doing this? What's it to you? Am I so old that I should not think to, achieve something that I feel like is an accomplishable, goal? Yeah, it's far out there. Keith Allen in the NBA. It's out there, man. But then again, people think I'm out there anyway. So why shouldn't I, get way out there? Because I'm out there anyway. Drifting. Might as well try to make some, differences. Of course I want to make dollars and a difference, but I want to make a difference in dollars. People that are going to look at this are going to be like, damn. Kid said he's going to go to the NBA. Kid's 5'8", left-handed, southpaw. Once again, another consistency of the underdog. Rocky Balboa, southpaw. All right, coming at you from the left side, all right? Only 13% of the population knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because why? A very important answer to the question. We're accessing a different part of our brains here. We're using the right side, actually, not the left. So it's different. We're this instinctive creature, this, just gotta go kind of creature. Like, of course, right-handed people are like this too, but there's something very detailed about it. There's like a secret, to it. Now, a lot of left-handed people are good athletes, very good athletes. We see it in Tim Tebow. Important to talk about Tebow, the Tebow factor. I'd like NBA GMs to hear me out right now, all right? I have, within this 145-pound frame, the Tebow factor. I'm talking about fanhood. I'm talking about camaraderie here. I'm talking about leadership. I'm going to be 33 in 10 days. All right, so that means that, no, I'm not necessarily a veteran of the basketball court, but I'm a veteran of the world at this point. I mean, you know, some people would even say like a man, like an adult. It's just different for me. I don't know, I hasn't always thought about myself like that. But decisions had to be made, and this is one of them.